What's going on, everybody? I'm your host this week, Will, for the Marvelite podcast here on the Hybrid Network. And with me, I have my usual co-host, Luke. How you doing,
I'm doing good. I'm really starting to miss Mikey and Nick for that fact.
I know, right? We need guests. Just, hit up some people. Tell them to be guests on our show. We'd love to have other people to talk to. It turns out that Thanos' backstory was cut from the final version of Infinity War, but the Russo brothers did do an interview with Telegraph India where they basically explain his backstory, and let's see if I can find the quote here. They say that Thanos is this virtually indestructible character who's stronger than the Hulk and has invincible skin. He's from a planet called Titan. Many years prior to the film, his planet was experiencing a cataclysmic shift. They were running out of resources and they were overpopulated. Thanos made a recommendation that they exterminate half the population randomly in order to save the rest of the population. Of course, the Titans rejected his notion, branded him a madman, exiled him, and the planet ended up dying. So he has taken it upon himself to go planet by planet throughout the universe and wipe out half of the population of each planet as a way to connect the planet and bring it back into balance. So, there's more. Once he hears about the stones, he realized that if he can get a hold of all the Infinity Stones, he can control the entire universe. With a snap of his fingers, he could correct the universe permanently by removing 50% of life from it. So, these are incredible stakes for our characters. If the Avengers were built for anything, it's for stopping Thanos from completing his goal. So, yeah, that's a lot. I kind of wish we could have gotten more show and less tell. I wish this wasn't given to us in an interview. I would have probably much preferred to see this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it, man?
One, I was really hyped to get a backstory on Thanos, so it's a little bit of a bummer that we're not going to get that. In terms of, his motivation, there's one part of me that really wants to say, okay, that to me is a better plot synopsis than
he's in love with death.
He's killing half the universe to please a woman.
Well, you wouldn't destroy half a galaxy for some pussy?
So on one hand, Thanos is an evil conqueror because he's trying to impress a girl. On the other hand, he is an evil murderer conqueror to control the population because he thinks he's doing the right thing for the universe. He's trying to basically reset the universe so the universe can thrive, apparently. So I guess in Thanos' mind, what's that saying,
the crack a few eggs thing?
Yeah, it's just that the whole thing, man.
You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs, which
the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah. So it feels like, what he's doing
eugenics.
Overall.
That's what it is. It's a eugenics method of going about, preserving resources and balancing out humanity.
Yes and no, because the Russos also state, too, that, he's doing it randomly. So it's going to be just, random people are going to die. It's just, kind of rolling the dice.
Randomly sampled eugenics. I'll wipe out half. They'll have enough resources and they can, populate and figure it out themselves.
So he's basically a cosmic Hitler.
Space Hitler.
Yeah, he's Space Hitler. So he's just population control versus I'm doing this to impress a girl. Oh man, I don't even know really what to think about
I don't know.
that.
They're almost hard to compare because they're both I don't want to say they're flimsy reasoning, but
so many people were arguing what is objectively better as a villain.
I saw that and I'm I don't know if they're both kind of in their own right, kind of silly. I feel like wiping out half of organic life is a hard sell in terms to make me feel I can get a little bit of sympathy for Killmonger in his film. I'm all right, I see what you meant. Your method of going about it might be a little radical, but I see where you're coming from. But this is going to be a hard sell, especially since they cut out the backstory.
Yeah.
This is I read a little bit of, was it Thanos Rising that came out a couple years ago? Whatever.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you should actually just read that whole thing because it's really good.
I read I think 2 issues of it, up to the part of him actually killing his mother and trying to figure out, his meaning and purpose in life. And I think it actually did a pretty good job at building up, because it changed it. It wasn't, I don't think his methodology was, about love for death. It was because he was exiled for being a mutant as far as Titan standards are confirmed. He was born
in terms of mutated. In terms of how in terms of how MCU movies are released, I really hope that we get, for the first time ever, I hope that we get like a director's extended cut, for the Blu-ray DVD release.
I want for this and for Black Panther, because I low-key want that cutting room 4-hour cut bullshit. I don't care how many effects are not finished.
Yeah.
Give me the 4-hour Black Panther.
I just really want that. Just because I do want to see Thanos' backstory. I do want to see him as a young Thanos. And it really bums me out that they cut out all of those scenes and we see like a teenage Thanos, because I really wanted them to show Thanos as a prodigy, sort of on his planet, a teenager who is incredibly smart and capable, extremely literate. He has a passion and love for science, but he also has a dark side. He mingles with the ideas of death itself. Him being sort of outcasted by his society as a freak or as a mutant, because that essentially is what he is. He's part deviant, part eternal, part human. Things like that. And so like I really wanted to see all of those aspects and all of those different contrasts and layers to the character in the film, and I feel like it would have really added something special. But apparently Infinity War is already going to be the longest MCU film that has been made to date. So I guess I can understand why they wanted to cut some things out, but it's like, really, of all things, you had to cut out those scenes. Like, I don't really care, dude. I'm like the same way with any kind of fantasy film, dude. Just like give me all of it.
Yeah,
literally
honestly,
all of it. I don't give a shit.
If they made it 3 hours, no one would complain.
No one would complain about it. And the only people who would complain would be those like elitist critics in Hollywood who would be like, "Man, the scene's drug on too long." It's like, I don't care.
I feel
you're not the one paying for the film. I'm paying for it.
Of all the characters,
like, I will pay.
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
I'm just saying that of all the characters who would need like a film worth 3 hours, I think Thanos being built up since 2012, since Avengers came out. All these years, all this time, he hasn't had a whole lot of development. Give the extra 30 minutes and really flesh him out. Because you have like a 2 hour and 40-minute movie with like 67 characters and one big main villain. You have to do a lot in that time, not only to make sure everyone gets to at least say something, but to show that they have like a purpose in the film against Thanos. Because you also have the Black Order and the Outriders, and then all the lead characters.